The society that we live in is paying gravely for these people. $3 to $4 trillion per year, roughly 3% of the global GDP. And if this hurts your feelings, well, I'm sorry, right? I kind of don't care, actually.
Disclaimer, this video is educational and informative in nature. Do not contact anyone shown in this video. Also, this video is discussing steroids.
Do not use steroids.
This is entirely for educational and entertainment purposes only.
We're gonna hit the ground running on this one. Fat acceptance isn't okay, and fat people shouldn't have extra rights compared to normal people to normalize them being fat. It is blatantly a disregard to human health science that has been founded for decades, and more importantly, it's a coping mechanism to make disordered people who are mentally unwell feel better about their own decisions. It's not to say that the people behind those fat bodies are bad. It is to say that the acceptance that has perpetuated this behavior is self-destructive and corruptive of basically normal people. And to contrast this with something else that's also very bad, a World Health Organization report done in 2024 using data from 2019 estimated that 2.6 million deaths per year are attributable to alcohol use alone. So comparing the deaths of alcoholics to fat people, you'll note that there are more deaths in people who are overweight and obese compared to their alcoholic counterparts. Yet by these same standards, we don't see alcoholics communing together and trying to preach about how they should be accepted into society, how they should be able to drink anywhere they want, how alcohol should be servable at basically any point, anywhere, anytime. We don't see them trying to justify being drunk in public. We don't see this in society.
It's not easy being drunk all the time. Everyone would do it if it were easy.
Yet, this is the exact thing that obese people do. They demand specific and unique privileges because, well, they're just humans who are suffering. And normal people that are completely healthy and taking care of themselves, well, they don't get it. They're privileged. To be clear, it's not healthy. This is the most dysfunctional life that you can live as an individual. Trying to validate your addiction to food is not a positive mental trait. It's not a representation of a healthy being. It is actually highly concerning. And reinforcing the delusion that you live under is only going to do more damage. And one thing that has like inundated fitness in the past year or two has been these kind of people basically preaching that, you know, fat people can be fit too, that they're not disordered, they're eating, but in fact, it's the skinny people or the shredded guys. Those are the disordered eaters. Right. Look, these shredded people can catch strays too. We've talked about it on this channel, how a lot of these people have disordered eating, like massively. So it's fair to assume that disordered eating is a thing in fitness. It is just not as prominent as it is in the obese community. Just conceptualize this. Do you know how many people die from being fit? I mean, I struggled to even find a number for this. I don't even think a number exists for this, I assure you. And if there was a number, I highly doubt it's anywhere in the multi-millions of bodies racking up each year. Even in steroid usage, as an example, as these obese groups of people like to diminish the individuals who take steroids or just say that people are using steroids to make themselves feel better for the way that they look. There isn't any accurate data on steroid users, and the tracking of it is pretty rough, like I won't lie. But there is a couple studies that compared steroid users to baseline and their mortality. And in some of these studies, they found that 0.4% of non-users had tended to die within a 7 to 8 year follow-up period, whereas the group of users had a 1.3% death rate in that same group. Now, this data is a bit rough because in the study, the group was a lot smaller using steroids and the other group was a lot larger, who was just the normal average person. So one death in one group would be a much larger percentage of that group. So it makes it a little bit hard to actually indicate what might be happening. But point being, when extrapolated to a population level, that is still at best, you know, maybe a couple 100,000 deaths per year. It's a lot, but that's a rough guess. I mean, that's not even founded in anything. So keep this all in mind as we review fat talk in the sphere of obese individuals who are quite deranged. Okay, realistically, you do you. You show your body the way that you want to. By all means, be my guest. However, this shouldn't be something that you're inherently proud of. Like, this isn't cute, because quite frankly, it is an active state of illness, and it is an active state of limiting your own mortality. I think the reason that people hate this stuff so much in the comment sections and wherever else is because it's not that they are fat, it is that they are promoting being fat. And this is literally no different than promoting alcohol consumption or smoking chronically. It's just a different form of addiction that leads to death. Like this. Oh, okay, great. It's your birthday. You're at a nice beach. Amazing for you. I think it's awesome. Go spend your life doing cool things, especially on a day like your birthday. Hell yeah. But why does the post have to be turned into a fat acceptance post? Why does it have to be, my body is so good and I shouldn't feel ashamed of this? Like, just put this into perspective. This is what pisses me off so much about this. I mean, it literally pisses me off to know it. Being obese, on average, will shorten your life expectancy by 10 years if you make it that long. By 10 years. And that's the average, okay? So keep in mind, there is people who lose more than 10 years off their life from just living this way. And it's not that it isn't correctable. It's something that you could change within a year. It is literally something that you could make a lifestyle change right now and correct. And mind you, having a BMI of about 40 compounds that 10-year-ish life loss a lot. And I have really important data here for you guys. It's pretty good. If you're looking at this chart, okay, 40 BMI equals something like 120 pounds at 5'4". Now that sounds like a lot, but many of the people we're looking at here in these videos are right there, I assure you. Here's a good reference image to kind of conceptualize what 40 BMI would actually look like. And as you can see, it is very apparently the people that we are looking at. And real quick, if you're trying to solve your own overweight problems, you're trying to get fit, you're trying to do the best to save your own life, which I highly suggest anybody does, you could use one of the links down below on wellness. It's my clinic. We've designed a beautiful system where we have healthcare professionals guide you through potential medical therapies, but also on top of that, provide health guidance in general, nutritional guidance. I mean, the whole nine. It is a full care service. We help everybody personally. It is one of the best things I've ever done personally, and I'm very proud of it. So if you do need help, it's a great resource for you. But just to understand this, many people who are preaching about body positivity are the exact ones who are at or even above 40 BMI. Okay, these are the biggest of the big that are preaching these kinds of things. Yet it is perpetuated so much that it has dug its nails deep in our society, and some of the most important and prominent figures that lead health are the ones that we're talking about. For example, this is Maggie de Block. She served as the Minister of Health in Belgium for quite some time. During that time, she attempted to place several restrictions on things, one of those being tobacco and nicotine usage, because obviously that's the real problem with health systemically. The weight wasn't on her radar at all. She made no attempts at youth health programs, consumer-friendly grocery buying, right? Like, actually, the UK is really good at this. I was just in London. London's kind of a shithole, I'll be honest. I'm sorry, guys. But the actual grocery stores, I was pretty impressed because groceries are cheap and they're very transparent about ingredients and have a lot of limitations on what they can actually put in food. So you see a lot less in food there. It's pretty cool. But she didn't do any of that. And look, I get tobacco and nicotine aren't good, let's be honest, but they're not going to be that bad compared to being this fat. And I think one of the worst is the Canadian health minister. Well, he was the health minister of Quebec. He has since been booted. But the man, I don't know, if I see somebody who has the title health minister, I kind of think of them to look a certain way. Like, I would hope that they are the ones encouraging their own health as opposed to just telling people how they should be healthy, yet looking like this. It makes me have a sense of doubt in their opinions on any matter relative to health. But now, Quebec, they got it right, all right? They got Sonia the baddie in there now. But the point is, I mean, this shit has been going on way too long and has corrupted people's brains, man. And I mean this genuinely. Yeah, okay. No one gives a about your belly, but this isn't a flex, all right? This is not like, look at me and I'm cool. This content doesn't help anyone. And if it does, you make somebody feel better about their own body, I would argue that that's equally not good. If anything, you're attempting to normalize something that is genuinely harmful to people and actively limiting their life experiences. Here's a really good example, all right? You guys have been watching the channel. Hopefully you've seen that I've been all over the place. I've been living in Thailand for a while. I just got back yesterday. In Thailand, the main way that you get around is actually using an app called Grab, all right? You use it and you can basically call what we call in America mopeds, but they call them motorbikes. They're about a 125cc bike. I mean, these guys drive rapid through the fucking city. They'll drive through cars, they'll drive on sidewalks, they'll drive down the wrong side of the road to get you to wherever you need to go. It's an experience that is worth doing even if you are genuinely afraid of bikes. Like, it is so exhilarating just going to do chores for the day. But this kind of person could never do that in their wildest dreams. Or, for example, skydiving. Something I've done several times. I actually, funny enough, hate flying. Like, it is the biggest fear of my entire life. I have to self-medicate so much to actually calm down on a flight. But skydiving, okay, I love skydiving. But anyways, the weight cap is aggressive, right? It is pretty fucking aggressive. Usually you can't be over around 220 pounds. Some places differ. The military was a lot different because you jump with equipment and they had different parachutes, but also in the military, you're not dropping slowly and comfortably. You're dropping extremely fast and blowing out knees in the process. But that's something a person like this could never, ever even dream of doing. Climbing a mountain? Sorry, that's out of it, right? Or Christ's sakes, just being flexible, having flexibility and mobility. That is it fun to be this way. It's not something that should be seen as a flex, okay? It is shit. When you, I don't know if you've ever injured yourself, right? I've injured myself before. I ride motorcycles. I crashed one time. Well, somebody hit me and I broke my ankle. That was like the worst several weeks of my life. I couldn't stand up. I couldn't move around. I was just sitting there in a fucking chair all day long and I hated it. I hated every second of it. It's not a great way to live, and these people trying to say that it is are definitely lying to you. Someone sent this to me, and I'm sorry for showing it to you guys, but yeah, here it is. Yep, I mean, there it is. Yeah, it's, look, trying to play victim here doesn't even apply.
Just because I'm fat, that doesn't invalidate the things that I say.
She died from being fat, which is unfortunate, but that just goes to show that yes, it does.
Oh my God, is this really the reality we live in? Like, oh my God. Now, that influencer is somebody who is also trying to preach health advice online. So honestly, great. I love that concept, right? If you can preach health information and get other people healthy, that's great. And especially if you're going through your own health journey and actively and successfully losing weight, even better. I think that is influence. That is what influencers should be. Unfortunately, we've lost the plot so bad in 2026. Influencer equals degeneracy and probably the opposite of progression or influencing people in a positive capacity. But it goes to show that being obese and being overweight is extremely dangerous behavior. It perpetuates because companies, notoriously Disney, actually promote this kind of stuff. It makes them a shit ton of money. It's like their primary audience.
Are you worried about walking long distances on your Disney vacation? Hey everyone, we're plus size park hoppers. We range in sizes from 2X to 5X. There's only one company we trust when it comes to our theme park scooter rental, and that's Gold Mobility. Walking 5 to 10 miles a day can be overwhelming, especially if you're in a larger body or have limited mobility. If you're afraid this will put a damper on your long-awaited vacation, there is absolutely no shame in renting an ECV. Gold Mobility makes the process so easy from start to finish. You're able to book your rental online and customize what time and where you'd like it to be dropped off and picked up. They're so great at working around your schedule. Gold Mobility's flat rate pricing is so much more affordable than renting directly from the theme parks. And there's no need to rope drop the ECV counter and fear that they'll sell out. On the day of your drop-off, they'll text you when they're nearby and when they arrive so you can meet them to pick up your ECV. They drop off to any area hotels, Disney and Universal, or your vacation home rental. They've even opened a location in Anaheim where we were able to rent an ECV for our Disneyland trip. Knowing that we were renting from a reliable company in a place that we weren't familiar with was so comforting. It was like having a little piece of home with us over on the West Coast, which is actually funny because we're not even from Florida, we're from Massachusetts. Their scooters are equipped with the longest range batteries available in the industry, and it shows. Meaning you won't find yourself halfway around the World Showcase pushing a dead scooter to the nearest outlet. Yes, that has happened to us with other scooter companies in the past. They also come equipped with a phone holder, fan, cup holder, and a USB charging port. We love that the chair swivels so you can get on and off with ease, and the steering is adjustable to fit all body types. We often rent the Maxima model, which we lovingly refer to as the Cadillac of scooters. The captain's chair makes it super comfortable, and its three-wheel design makes it very easy to maneuver. They have a whole range of scooters from the Maxima with a 500-pound weight limit to the ones that you can even break down and transport in your car. They also rent strollers and double strollers, walkers, and wheelchairs. They are seriously a one-stop shop. All of their equipment can be brought on Disney transportation. We're talking bus, monorail, Skyliner, boats, even the accessible minivans. This is so convenient and makes park hopping a breeze. Next time you're in Orlando or Anaheim and in need of a mobility device, make sure you check out Gold Mobility.
I actually hate here the words that she uses to describe the situation, because she says, quote, if you are in a larger body. The reason that's so disturbing is because you're talking about this as if you're separate from your body, or if it's like something that you have to deal with, some sort of affliction, like you don't have a choice in the matter. But again, that's so far from the truth. You have every choice in the matter. I mean, you can literally put the fork down. It is really possible. It should be more like, hey, because of my bad habits and my poor decision making, I have to use a scooter, and it is quite demoralizing because my favorite theme park in the entire world, well, I can't even ride the rides.
Have you been dying to ride Monsters Unchained? You weren't sure if you'd fit? Hey everyone, we're plus-size park hoppers. We range in sizes from 2X to 5X. Ashley wears a size 5X and unfortunately was not able to fit in the modified seat. Have you been dying to ride Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure? Katie wears a size 22 pants and has 65-inch hips. She was not able to get the green light on either the motorbike or the sidecar. I was not able to get the green light on the sidecar, even with Katie trying to push down on the lap bar for me. Have you been dying to ride the Velocicoaster? You weren't sure if you'd fit? I'm a size 2X and wear size 20 pants and a 44F bra. I was not able to get the green light at first, but Katie gave me a push and I was able to get it to turn green.
Like, holy wake-up call. Add this to the list of limitations that I was talking about earlier. I didn't even consider this. The one single thing you enjoy most, Disney World, you can't even enjoy the rides. It's so wild to me. Like, you could change this. You could improve your life by insane, astronomical, exponential potential. Like, you could do so much better. Literally saying, hey, I have been dying to ride X, Y, and Z at my favorite amusement park, but I can't. Like, doesn't that not just signal to your brain something's gone wrong? Like, I need to actually start taking care of my shit? Like, girl, put the fucking fork down. I am sorry to say it, but like, your life could be, like, genuinely from the bottom of my heart, you could live such a more enriched life and enjoy things in such a more able capacity. It really should just motivate you, but it doesn't. Again, I'm being quite harsh here, but like, this shit definitely pisses me off more than anything, because you're self-inducing a massive problem with your life that basically has no upside. You die sooner, you're at risk to die even sooner, potentially from cardiac related diseases. You can't do half of the things that normal humans can do. You can't even sit in a fucking airplane comfortably, which, fair enough. I mean, the economy seats are horrible these days, but most people can get along with it, right? These people genuinely cannot.
This is what being 36 years old looks like.
Bag up, Terry. Put it in reverse, Terry. Put it in reverse. Oh, Lord, please. Ow.
No, no, this is not what 36 years old should look like. Not even close. In fact, a really good example, Matt Davila is 36 years old. I mean, he was 2 years ago, and this is what could look like 36 years old if you actually gave an ounce of effort in your life, doing things outside of consuming slop day in and day out. And if this hurts your feelings, well, I'm sorry, right? I kind of don't care, actually. This is a pandemic in the world, and it needs to be solved. The society that we live in is paying gravely for these people. Current estimates suggest obesity costs the world on the order of $3 to $4 trillion per year, roughly 3% of the global GDP. And if current trends continue, it's estimated to get much worse. This is not a small number. The obesity situation is costing us more than most companies make per year. Some of the largest mega companies make per year. They are costing us, literally by fact, costing us more than military expenses each year. Combine that with armed violence, war, and terrorism, that's an estimated of about 2.1 trillion per year, meaning obesity alone costs more all conflict in the entire world. And if we just look at another thing here, SNAP and food stamps, okay? Supposedly the federal spending on the SNAP program was around 63 billion in 2019, rising roughly to 145 billion in recent years of inflation. A far cry from the cost of obesity in America. And one odd thing I noticed while I was researching these data points, which is really odd to me, what the fuck is happening in Bulgaria, guys? You have the highest impact to your economy by the obese. What is happening there? I was expecting it to be like far and away America. Like America was gonna be hands down the biggest problem, but Bulgaria is apparently significantly worse. What are you doing? I was like, I might as well look into this a little bit more. 50% of the population in Bulgaria is considered to be obese, not overweight, obese. What do you eat there? I've been to Bosnia Herzegovina, I've been to Croatia, I've been to Serbia. Belgrade is beautiful, by the way. But what in the is happening in Bulgaria? I'd love to know. Somebody please let me know in the comments. Anyways, the moral of the story. This is insane to me. And the fact that people continue to post about it in a positive light, sharing the experience of them being fat and saying it's not limiting, it's not bad for you, it's actually a really good thing and I'm happy. Well, no, this is just cope. Like data supports this and it supports it for longer than most people have been alive that are promoting this kind of stuff. And if you say, well, my doctor says I'm healthy, you need a new fucking doctor. Like get with On Wellness down below. Pull some labs and I'll review them personally. Guarantee you they aren't good looking. See, people tend to trust a doctor when he says things that they agree with. And because of that, they'll likely assume that his guidance is professional. It is good. It is legit. He has their best interests in mind. So they're going to buy more prescriptions. They're going to use the insurance more. That doctor will get more patients. And because of this, the hospital makes more money. The doctor makes more money. The whole system makes more money. All in all, it's terrible. It is genuinely terrible. And I would say I feel bad for these people and I wish I could help them. And there are so many resources to help them, but that's just the problem is like they could help themselves today. They could help themselves right now, starting the morning they wake up, the night they go to bed. They could make a big, significant change. It's not like information around how to lose weight is hard to acquire. For Christ's sakes, we have some of the smartest AI out now. And as unfortunate as that sounds, you could literally just ask ChatGPT, how the f do I lose weight? But even better, right? If you just close your eyes for a second, no music in, just in silence, and you have a notebook in front of you and you said, okay, I'm going to write down 10 ways that I think I could lose fat. And I guarantee you within 5 to 15 minutes, somewhere around there, you could come up with a whole list of things you could do and implement today to lose weight and get a body that you enjoy. But you don't. Why? I don't know. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, you guys. If you did, consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. It does actually help the channel more than you could ever recognize. And I think it's really important to say that because genuinely, it is a huge deal here on YouTube. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you in the next video.